Welcome to the Top Shelf Literary Editions. This is episode 21. Thank you for joining me this far. I do enjoy producing these for you and sharing the books in my collection. My name is Ernest Whiteman III. I'm a Northern Arapaho filmmaker, artist, writer, and media educator, and I'm sharing with you books from my top shelf of my book collection. My taste sort of varies and my interest sort of varies, so hope you excuse that. But I'll pull a book, give you a synopsis, a brief review if I've read it, and the reason why I purchased the book. Today's book is An Indigenous People's History of the United States by Roxanne Dunbar-Ortiz, and also An Indigenous People's History of the United States for Young People by Roxanne Ortiz Dunbar, adapted by Jean Mendoza and Debbie Reese. This is probably one of the first of its kind, although there are a bunch of editions of things. My phone is ringing. Sorry about that. I'll probably edit that little piece out. The reason why I purchased this is because, again, I heard so much about it, and I bought it, found the only copy in Skokie at a Barnes & Noble, and read through it. Very informative. It actually made me look at all the historical books that are written now in a different light, because now all I see is the missing natives from those historical novels, historical histories that they write, that they write now, and that's all I see when I look at historical documentaries, things like Hamilton. All I see are the missing people, native people. Give me a second here. Sorry about the edit. I had to let the cat out. But once again, going back to what I was saying, after reading this, when I looked at all the history books that are written by non-natives about U.S. history, all I ever see now is the missing native people in it. And there have all been all kinds of, history of the United States from different perspectives. And I'm glad this one caught on. I try to send it out to people, if I can, to sort of enlighten them about the missing histories of the United States. I would recommend this. I also started reading the young adults or the young people's version of it. And there was a book I read between them. I read this one cover to cover. This one I actually stopped reading because there was a book that I read in between about the Constitution and how it's presented. And I have to say that this book sort of misrepresents the Constitution, although it's not an obvious representation that they're dealing with. And that is that the U.S. was a Christian document. And that's what these books try to put forth, although the book I read between them stated that it wasn't a Christian document, or at least it wasn't a divinely inspired document. And they used the same four phrases from the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution to sort of bolster their case that it was, a Christian document. But I would argue against that. The U.S. Constitution is a very secular document, and the Declaration of Independence was a pantheistic document. Wasn't trying to subscribe to Christianity, and the fact that Native people are sort of pushing that sort of bolsters that argument that they were, and I don't think Native people should be doing that. I will not dispute that the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were used by Christianity against Native peoples and peoples of color. I will not dispute that, but to present them as religious documents, I think is going against what these books are trying to do, which is tell a different perspective of U.S. history. So helpful. I still recommend these books heartily, because after you read them, all you're going to see when you look at books written about historical events is the missing Native people. So my books today: Indigenous People's History of the United States and Indigenous People's History of the United States for Young People. Check them out if you can. I recommend them. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.